Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in the fall of 2022, the album Dad, Shimmy Shimmy, AF, Rock on Gold Dust, Woman, Beast! How are you guys doing today? So many people ask me, what's the shimmy shimmy thing? And there's a little story behind that. So I had a friend way back in the day when I was out there using and going to bars and showing my behind off, you know how that is. And I would always, I'm so embarrassed to even tell this story. I would do this dance and it was like where I would bend over and I would shimmy shimmy. And so this friend of mine, he would always say shimmy shimmy whenever he would see me, right? And then when I got sober and I would see him years later, he would always go shimmy shimmy. And I would say, what? And he'd say, no, you have to do the shimmy shimmy dance. And so the shimmy shimmy dance was me bending over and like, it's so embarrassing, isn't it? But anyway, he has since passed away. And so whenever I say that, it kind of reminds me of him. And he was absolutely hilarious. It was my friend Steve. And he was somebody that just truly loved to be exactly who he was at any given time. And so whenever I say shimmy shimmy, it always reminds me to be too much and to be myself and to live authentically. And so it's just kind of my small way to pay homage to my old friend back in the day. So shimmy shimmy! Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Oh my God, today is an homage to my old beauty influencer days that I started on over here on YouTube, or, well, on YouTubers. Well, kind of. I'm going to be talking about Jaclyn Hill today. Jaclyn Hill, Jeffree Star, Manny MUA. Manny was in Montana with Daniel Prada and Laura Lee and Gabriel Zamora, and Manny rode a horse. And apparently that's all that Manny's been riding lately. A little bit of shade for it. My goal for 2022 was to find Manny MUA a boyfriend, and it hasn't happened yet. So I'm hoping for 2023 that Manny will find love. I think Manny should do a series on his YouTube channel, and it should be like Laura Lee. Like, it should be like 4 of his best friends find Manny a best find a best. He's already got a few best friends, like Laura. His best friends find him a boyfriend. Don't you think that that would be a great series for him to do on his YouTube channel? Anyway, how are you guys doing? I haven't posted a video over here in 2 days. I have been very, very busy catching up on my television. Last night, well, I watched The Watcher. So today I'm going to be doing my review over on my Peter Review Stuff channel of The Watcher. Thank you to all of you out there that watch my review. Even those of you that, we don't have to agree, right, on the things that I review. But thank you guys for watching my review of Halloween Ends. I really appreciate it. It's a new series that I'm doing on my review channel where I am reviewing TV shows and movies, and I'm having so much fun over there. So I watched The Watcher, and I'm going to be reviewing that today. And then I watched, what is the movie called? Luckiest Girl Alive. I watched that last night, and I'm going to be doing that review this week as well. And then last night, I also started watching the new season of Unsolved Mysteries. Did you know it was out? And I watched the first 2 episodes, and they only put like 3 episodes out, and then they're putting out like 4 or 5 more, like October 25th, and then it ends on like November 1st or something. So I'm going to do reviews of each segment of their releases. But the first 2 that I watched, the first one was about a tragic death and speculation over was a homicide or not. The second one was over UFOs, and it so reminded me of Unsolved Mysteries back in the day when I was growing up and I watched it as a kid. And they were really, really good. So that's what I've been doing lately. What have you been doing? I've been eating a lot of yummy fall food. We had snow last night, you guys. I was sitting right here, and I was watching The Luckiest Girl Alive, and I took Boo Radley, my little dog, outside, and it was snowing. I could not believe it. I was like, are you kidding me? It's not even Halloween yet, and it's snowing. So anyway, I haven't posted videos over here in a couple days. And as you know, you guys, I keep a list of some drama videos to make, and some of the drama videos have like passed by, but this was a video that I was kind of actually waiting to make, and let me explain why. So, the video that I'm going to be making today, or that this is the video that you're watching, is speculating on whether or not Jaclyn Hill stole the name for her new brand, Be Cozy, from another influencer. And there's a lot of talk about this out there. There's a lot of people blaming Jaclyn and saying, you haven't addressed this, you stole this name from a smaller creator. People are saying that their comments are being deleted off of Jaclyn's posts, where they're speculating or questioning this. Jaclyn herself has not addressed anything about this. And this smaller creator has come out, and apparently she contacted Jaclyn, and Jaclyn never responded to her. That's one of the things I'm going to be talking about today. So I reached out to this smaller creator because I wanted to see, her name is Jaclyn Nicholson, and I wanted to see her side of the story. I wanted to hear from her, and so I just said, hey, I'm Peter Monn, and I do YouTube commentary videos and drama videos, and, do you have anything to say about this, whatever. And if she responded, I was going to then, go to Jaclyn and see what Jaclyn had to say about it, to see if Jaclyn would respond to me. But Jaclyn never said anything to me. So I was like, well, I'm just going to do my opinions on this, and we'll get to this. So I think I sent the message to Jaclyn on Friday, and I haven't heard anything from her. And she may just want to let this go, or she may never have seen my message. I don't know what it's about. But Jaclyn, if you're out there and you want to, still reach out to me, I'm more than willing to hear what you have to say. And I will tell you that after that, I will be reaching out to Jaclyn to see if Jaclyn wants to give me a statement, which I'm sure she won't, but I will give her the benefit of the doubt. So let me tell you what happened. So Jaclyn posted on her Instagram story this little thing. I'll put it up here somewhere. And it says on here, Be Cozy, right? And it was a link to her new Instagram. So Jaclyn has, now I have a lot of receipts with this, you guys, and a lot of them I'm going to have to wear my reading glasses for, so just bear with me. So Jaclyn has this new Instagram account, okay? And it says on here, Cozy, okay? And then it's at the top of it, it says Be Cozy. And be kind to you, be cozy. Now, it has pictures of her and her mom, and it has pictures of, like, presents being, or packages being wrapped and unwrapped, and a lot of people are speculating what it's going to be, and is it going to be attire? Most people are thinking that it's going to be, like, robes and sweatshirts and things like that, right? Okay. When you go to the link, and you hit the link on here, what it says is it takes you to the website, and then at the website, it says Cozy, here, I'm just going to show it to you on here. Be kind to you. Sign up and be the first to know when we launch. And then there's an email address that you would put your email address in there and then continue, right? Okay. So as soon as this happened, all of these people were like, okay, well, wait a second. Because there is an influencer out there by the name of Jaclyn Nicholson, and she already has a store, a blog. She's kind of built this whole brand around this cozy idea. Okay, now listen. Now listen, Linda. If you watch any of my videos from my booktube channel to my vlog, y'all know I love the cozies. Okay, I do. I love them so much. I read the cozy mysteries. I like a cozy front porch. I did my whole cozy front porch and I showed it over on my Peter Does Stuff channel. I like a cozy cup of tea. I like a cozy cup of coffee. I like a cozy romanticals in bed late at night with my... I like it all, okay? So, I love the idea of cozy. I think it's, and I think it's a cute selling point. I think people love anything cozy and wanting to get cozy at home and whatever, right? The spelling of it, though, I do think is interesting. And this is the thing. Like, I was thinking about this because there's so many people that are like, well, there's only so many ways to spell cozy. And I agree with that, right? Because when I was growing up, and my name was Peter, and, I had all these friends of mine, and they had, like, nicknames for their, like, I'm trying to think of somebody that, like, I don't know, like... I don't know, somebody, let's say if their name was Paul Jr. and their nickname was PJ, okay? I so wanted to be like a PJ or, like a Steve-O or something like that. Like, I wanted some kind of nickname, right? So I tried to figure out all these different ways to spell Peter, and it was like P-E-E-T-E-R. No, that looks foolish. P-E-A-T-E-R. No, that looks foolish. I mean, there's like really no other way to spell Peter than P-E-T-E-R, right? So I was like, this is stupid. I can't do it any other way. So I do understand that, like, in trying to kind of make it unique and wanting to do something different, there's only so many different ways to go. But that doesn't mean that you take somebody else's idea, okay? So now I want to show you Because a lot of people are saying, well, if you just Google search koze, you'll see there's 100 brands with the exact same spelling. No, that's actually not the case, okay? And a lot of people are like, I don't know why people would be so upset about this. It's not like this girl, her stuff shows up first, and it actually does show up first. It's the first thing you see. And in fact, when you Google search koze, just the word koze, the very first thing that you see is this girl's brand, her blog, and then you see a video of hers, and then you might see like a healthcare company, a DJ, a radio station, and then it's more stuff about her. And then Jaclyn's company isn't even out yet, right? And then it's stuff about Jaclyn. It's like an article written about like, what is Jaclyn's new company, koze. And so it's already, Jaclyn is kind of like inching up at the top. And this is what this girl is saying, okay? Is that like, I've worked very, very hard to build my brand around this title that I have of koze, okay? Which I'm gonna tell you the whole thing about her brand in a second. And I, like with SEO rankings and things like that, I've worked very, very hard to be the first thing that you see when you Google search it and you look for it. And now Jaclyn's going to swoop in with her millions of followers and all of her clout, and I'm going to be non-existent, okay? And that's her issue with this. And that's why she reached out to Jaclyn to just ask her if maybe she could spell it a different way or whatever. But apparently, Jaclyn didn't respond to her. Okay, so this was the whole situation that had happened. Now, this, hold on a second, I need to go over to Kaylyn's. This is going to be so much. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. Jaclyn Nicholson. Oh, shit. This is how I had it before. Okay, because I sent her my message, and then, where did I go? Hold on a second. Damn it, Janet! Okay, Jaclyn. I can't get it up here. Jaclyn Nicholson. Anyway, okay, so we'll go into the receipts. So, when you go into the things that she posted, Jaclyn posted first this comment, okay? And the comment she posted was, hello, it may not have been known when creating this, and this was on Jaclyn's, okay? But I'm sure it is now that I own a company called All Things Koze, spelled K-O-Z-E, and she has it added, okay? Because on here, she has her own Instagram with All Things Koze. I don't care if another creator sells comfort wear, creates a kindness-focused community, or even builds a whole content umbrella under their business like I have been working hard at for a few years now. Just could you please at least spell it differently? Koze, C-O-Z-E, Koze, C-O-Z-I-E, Koze, K-O-Z-I-E, Koze, K-O-Z-Y even. There are other companies with this name, but none of which are content creators with koze merchandise, etc. There's enough pie for everyone, and I certainly didn't invent the koze aesthetic, but it would really suck, be morally shitty, especially now that it is known, if this actually is the brand launch of a substantially large creator under the same name, as it would squash my brand out on SEO, social media, etc., and drive traffic away from the business I dreamt up and have worked on for many years, okay? So then at this point, I was like reading about people's, on different threads, and people were saying that Jaclyn was, or Jaclyn's team, I don't know, was removing any comment that was challenging her or questioning her on any of her posts about this, okay? So it's now been about 6 or 7 days out. I went over to Jaclyn Hill's, I went over to the koze thing on her koze Instagram. I can't even keep up with all this koziness. Pumpkin pie, apple pie, I love it all. So anyway, I went over to her koze Instagram. I wanted to see what the comments were, okay? And I have to tell you, there weren't a lot of comments of people saying that they knew anything about this, challenging it. I mean, there were a lot of bigger creators, like Manny actually was over there saying he was so excited about this. I mean, there were a lot of people over there that I think honestly didn't know, right? Now, here's the thing. Maybe Jaclyn didn't know about this. Maybe Jaclyn never Google searched her own name for a company that she's launching. I find it really hard to believe, okay? And now, here's the thing, and this has not been a great week for Jaclyn Hill, okay? There is speculation now with all this stuff that has come out about Morphe and the parent company over Morphe that Jaclyn might possibly have to file for bankruptcy over Jaclyn Cosmetics. I don't know about that, but that will be another video that I'll be doing this week. There's all this speculation about that. This has not been a good week for Jaclyn Hill, okay? But when we historically look at Jaclyn and her launches that have been subpar, okay? And the lipstick gate, and the saying that I hired 6 scientists and I'll get back to you with their reports, and never doing that, okay? Or the Valentine's Day mystery boxes, or the having 23 million people at one time on her website, which never happened, or the jewelry issues that she never addressed, or on and on and on, okay? And the common denominator between all of this is Jaclyn Hill refuses to address anything. She refuses to disclose affiliate codes, and she refuses to address any issue that comes her way as a business owner. Now, I'm sorry, but as a CEO of a company, and especially as somebody that defines yourself as a boss-ass babe, okay, or boss-ass whatever CEO, don't you think it's your responsibility to come out and address consumer concerns? I do. And now we're talking about 5 to 10 huge issues that Jaclyn Hill, as a CEO, has just never addressed, you know, just covered up, shoveled away, and said, like, it's just not an issue. And now here is another one, okay? And this one is her direct competition with a creator that has already built her entire brand off of this title that she has used, and she's talking about it, and Jaclyn Hill won't address it, okay? So you might ask me, well, Peter, what do you think needs to happen? Well, I think Jaclyn Hill needs to come out and address it. And if she wants to say, hey, you know what? As a boss babe CEO, I never even did a Google search, because let me show you, okay, what happens when you do a Google search. When you do a Google search, well, here, let me get to these comments first of all. So I went underneath the, hold on a second, the Koze Instagram on Jaclyn's page, and I wanted to read a couple of the comments. And there were actually a few comments underneath there. I would say like maybe 2 on each post where people were challenging this. And somebody said, I would never support a big influencer stealing a smaller influencer's whole brand. Sorry, nope. And if you didn't know, that's maybe even worse. Because who starts the whole brand without even doing a quick Google search first? Yikes. And I 100% agree. If you're sitting there and you're thinking, ooh, I think I'm going to start a cozy clothing brand based on sweatshirts, let me Google cozy. Don't you think like that's the first thing that you do, is start searching up titles? Now, as a person that has written a book, I can tell you when I come up with book titles, which is often something that I do while I'm just sitting around bored, and I don't even know if I'll ever put out another book, me putting out a book title is important to me, because I would not want to put out a book called The Fault in Our Stars when there's already been a book that's pretty famous out there called The Fault in Our Stars. It probably would be pretty stupid as an author, okay? And I'm not calling Jaclyn Hill stupid. But it would take just 2 seconds to maybe Google search this, okay? So this person's under there responds and says, but the other girl doesn't sell cozy attire, right? It's just the name of her blog. And this person says, no, she does. She sells other stuff too. All she really is required to do is check for trademark. If it's not trademarked now, it says it's fair game. And unfortunately, I agree with that. It's fair game, right? I'm not saying that it's not, but why do you want to be that person, you know? Somebody said, I think she means whole brand, as in like literally her whole brand. She sells merch of all kinds, clothing, etc., post content. I even saw one of her followers say they call themselves the Koze Crew, okay, K-O-Z-E. Like when they think of Jaclyn, it's like cozy. It's her essence. It's her brand. Like her entire brand revolves around this concept in every aspect. I can absolutely see how she's concerned that Jaclyn will now take over SEO, etc. It will be interesting to see how Jaclyn addresses it. At first I was in shock she did this, but then decided to wait and see how she'll proceed. Jaclyn has never been mean-spirited, so I'm hoping she'll end up at trying to make things right in some way. This person said, I hope so too. I don't think she did it on purpose. I think she didn't bother looking on socials, which is crazy to me, because I don't think the name is trademarked in the US and she's Canadian. Okay, here's the thing I just want to say to you guys. This Jaclyn girl, hold on for a second, okay? She has 205,000 followers on Instagram, okay? Her brand, All Things Cozy, has 40.6 thousand followers on Instagram, okay? Her name, she has a blue check mark. She's verified on Instagram. She has 1.38 million followers on YouTube. If you put cozy into any of these things, Jaclyn comes up. Jaclyn's name on Instagram, on YouTube, on Google, anywhere, Jaclyn's name comes up, okay? So, hold on a second. Let me get back to the comments. So, somebody said, I know you're aware of every single influencer that has a cozy line of some sort. They spelled it K, okay, in parentheses. I know you're aware of how many influencers have PJ lines, blankets, etc. Imagine if every other brand didn't create another makeup brand, another sneaker shoe, okay. But they're not calling it cozy with a K, right? There are, whatever, the market is saturated. Jaclyn Hill has a big following and decided to launch something that her audience would love, regardless if someone else had already done it. That's irrelevant. I'm a small business owner, and larger brands steal my ideas all the time and make them bigger. I don't get upset. I don't think it's wrong, but my audience loves how I still do it. Well, would your audience love it if somebody came out, I mean, if Jeffree Star came out and used your exact same name of your company and launched things that were almost exactly what you were selling? Would you have an issue with it? I think you might have an issue with that, okay? I don't think you'd sit there and say, take it, Jeffree, take it. Take my name, take it all, right? So anyway, hold on. Somebody said, sorry if this post twice. I tried to respond. Wait. I guess my question is, of the literally infinite names possible, why pick one a fellow IG YouTube influencer has created her whole persona around? That's what I don't understand. I mean, it took me 5 minutes to check it. Why couldn't it take Jaclyn Hill that time, or her 20 employees that she has to pay for? I mean, you know, we just got to hear about how she has all these 20 employees that she has to pay for, and how she's, you know, mad about all that. Well, why didn't you have one of your employees out of 20, you know, check on here to see if there was anybody else by that title? Also, the spelling, off the top of my head, I can think of like 10 different cute ways to play off the spelling of the word cozy. Why identical to the other? Why the K? Jaclyn has never used K for anything. And a lot of people are saying that this is because she loves the Kardashians. Okay, whatever. My battery died just as I was getting ready to go in and read another comment. Okay, so this comment says, I've been a fan for a long, long time, and I am really saddened to see that you haven't at least acknowledged All Things Cozy or Jaclyn Nicholson. I know I'll be jumped on for being a troll or a hater, but I just can't believe how icky this feels. Women supporting women is a huge thing for me, and I thought it was for you as well. You stated you felt that brand would be your legacy, so although it may not be legal, it sure wasn't right. And this person responds and says, I don't want this to feel like you're getting jumped on because I promise I'm not, but a quick Google search will show you over 100 businesses from Airbnb, restaurants, DJs, boutiques, spas, etc., using the name Cozy with very similar logos. And then she goes in to describe like LLCs and graphic design and logos and things like that, right? Okay, so I went in and I did a very simple Google search that had been suggested to me by this person and by other people in the comment sections were saying, if you just do a Google search, you can see there's hundreds of brands out there. Maybe 20. Maybe 20, there's not hundreds, 20, maybe 30, I'm just being fair, but there's not hundreds, there literally aren't, okay? And I think it's different when you Google search and you're looking for like a cozy brand by an influencer, Jaclyn Hill, and a cozy brand by an influencer, Jaclyn Nicholson. That's different, you kind of know what you're looking for, other than a bar or a radio station. Let's just be for real, okay? Let's not act like it's different, okay? And I also think that a radio station, Cozy would probably be pronounced K-O-Z-E, cozy, right? Like, so I think that we kind of know that there's differences, especially when you Google search it and you see pictures of a bar called The Cozy, okay? Like, I think we know that's probably not Jaclyn Hill's living room. Or maybe not. I don't know. Like, maybe people get confused and they don't know what the pictures are. I don't know. But I will tell you this, that when you go over here, the very first thing that you see is All Things Cozy by Jaclyn Nicholson. She's #1. Okay, her SEO ranking is #1 on here as far as when you search her. So, do I think that she has a valid concern that Jaclyn Hill, with all of the followers that she has, is going to push her to the top and then people are going to come over here looking for Jaclyn, and they're going to see Jaclyn as well, and she's built her entire brand around this. Yeah, I do understand why she's concerned about this. Now, when you go down here, there is the next one is a bar, and it's called the Koze in El Paso, Texas. Then this radio station called Koze out of Lewiston. And then there's a home collections. And then the next one, so fourth down, is again her Instagram. Okay? Then there's videos by this DJ Koze. There's 3 of them. And then there's all of these YouTube videos of Jaclyn's. Every single one over here is Jaclyn's YouTube videos. Okay? So you go down there. There's all her videos. And then you go down here. And then there's All Things Koze. Her explaining what All Things Koze is, right? Okay. And then there's like this health upgraded by light, Koze health, and this all kind of stuff. And then down here, probably 6th or 7th, is already, even though the website isn't even up yet, What is Koze by Jaclyn Hill. It's an article that was put out on October 5th of 2002. Now, Jaclyn has been working to build her website and her brand for several years to get to the top spots. And Jaclyn Hill has an article put out by Centennial Beauty, which I've never even heard of this magazine or this website before, and on October 5th, and already enough people are searching for it that it has put her at number 8 on this website. Would I be concerned? Absolutely, I would be concerned, okay? So, then Jaclyn releases another statement, a final statement. Hold on, let me get to this really quick. She releases final statement, and her statement says, "Hi again, just for anyone saying I should be grateful people are finding my business this way. This really isn't how I would want people to hear about my brand. My heart rate is," and she put like a through the roof kind of thing. "I don't want drama or hate on either end. Regardless of it, our brands end up being different. Jaclyn Hill is a fellow YouTuber creating a brand called Koze. Because she's much bigger than I am, that will crush my brand on social media, search engine optimization, and overall in terms of brand recognition. Also, the font of the logo is very similar to mine. My sign off is stay cozy. This one is be cozy. My brand may be a wide umbrella, but it is still a shop of hoodies, yoga wear, and eventually my long-term plan is to branch out to more manufactured products and other community opportunities when I'm able to hire the manpower. In the meantime, I create comforting content under my brand too. I don't just look at anyone following as strictly customer consumers, and I want my Koze logo brand to mean more than just products. I'm building a rounded," hold on a second, it's like went out. Okay, I'm building a rounded online brand of community content, memberships, yoga classes, books, merchandise, and other offerings. I was hoping this may be just a rumor as it wasn't confirmed before. I don't want her or her new brand to get hate. I just wish research had been done beforehand to avoid this entirely on her part and mine too. I'm learning a lot from a legal standpoint, and her fans here have made a valid point. Overall, it still really sucks on my end." So, I don't know. I wish, Jaclyn Hill would come out, and I wish that she would acknowledge this in some way. Either to say, I didn't know, I didn't take 5 minutes, I didn't have anybody on my team to take 5 minutes and do a Google search. It's my fault. I should have done that. But, either way, we can both exist. Like you said, there's enough, the pieces of the pie for all of us. I hope that this doesn't affect your brand. I don't know. I feel like there's some way that you could acknowledge it. But, for me, Jaclyn doesn't acknowledge anything. Jaclyn never does, After all the issues that Jaclyn's had, the two things that are consistent with Jaclyn's brand for me, okay, and those aren't good products, I'm sorry, okay? The two things that are consistent about Jaclyn Hill as a business owner for me is that she doesn't disclose affiliate links because she makes a lot of money off of that. That's her business. And number two, there is no follow-through with the things that she talks about. And there is no acknowledgement of all of the things, all of the errors that happen with her business. Never. There's never let me sit down and talk to you consumers that are lining my pockets and buying me my brand new car that I traded my Lamborghini in for that I was able to afford, Oh, but let me remind you, okay? I went through here and I read all these comments of people that were just glowing and gushing, and I can't wait to buy all these products, and I need these products, and I'm going to, my purse is going to be empty after I buy everything off of this website. They don't even know what she's selling yet, right? Okay, all of those gushing comments of how much they love Jaclyn, but wait, don't forget, that the one thing she has learned in the 11 years as an influencer, she doesn't forget it. Don't think she forgets it for a second, okay? So don't you forget it either. When you're getting ready to line her pockets a little bit more and spend some more money on her, do that if that's what you need to do. But don't ever forget that the one lesson she has learned in her 11 years as being an influencer is how truly awful people can be. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.